Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss the next topic in Unit 5, packages and exception handling. Coming to the packages. Already we have learned packages in Java very thoroughly. Okay, what is the package in Java? Package is nothing but collection of classes and interfaces together. The main purpose of package is reusability. Okay, likewise uh, in Oracle PLSQL also, it supports packages feature. So the package is nothing but it's a database object that groups logically related PLSQL objects such as procedures, functions, variables, cursors and type declarations into a single logical unit. Okay, that means so whatever PLSQL objects you are using in the Oracle PLSQL like procedures, functions, variables, cursors, type declarations, all those are to be treated as a single logical unit by using the concept of package. Okay, so what is the use of these packages? These are considerable performance improvement because of this encapsulation. Okay, and what is encapsulation? Keeping all those objects as a single logical unit is called as encapsulation. Okay, and the main important point is the entire package is loaded into the memory when a procedure or a function within a package is called for the first time. Okay, that's why this reduces the unnecessary disk IO and network traffic also. Okay, so what is the use of PLSQL package? So PLSQL package is just like a library. Once written and stored in the Oracle database, can be used in many applications. Okay, so that means when you create a package, you can use it in other programs wherever, however you require it. Okay, so the package usually contains two parts. One is package specification and next one is package body. Just see this diagram. The package contains the specification and also body. Okay, which are used to those procedures or those functions or those cursors which are used to perform manipulations on the database. Okay, it can retrieve the data and perform manipulations on the data in the databases by using the packages PLSQL objects like cursors, procedures, functions, like that. Okay, and those package that type of package, whatever packages you have created in the PLSQL Oracle, those can be used in different applications. Okay, so coming to the first part, the package specification. Okay, so package specification. Package specification is required when you create a package. Okay, when you want to create a package, first of all, the main first important point is package specification. Okay, and the package specification is the interface to the package. Okay, and package the package specification lists all the objects which are publicly accessed from other applications. Okay, means it declares all the types, variables, constants, exceptions, cursors and subprograms like procedures or functions. Okay, and these are publicly accessible from other applications also. Okay, and one more thing is the package specification contains only the information about the package, but it does not contain code for the subprograms. Okay, so whatever PLSQL objects you want to use in the package, you can declare in the package specification, not provide the code in the package specification. Okay, is it clear? Okay. And coming to the syntax, create or replace package name is or as procedure specification. function specification, variable specific declaration, type definition and exception declaration, concern declaration and end package name. Okay, here the package name is also optional. Okay, just see this example: create or replace pkg1. Okay, I want to create a package with name pkg1 as, okay, in this package I want to define I want to specify two procedures and one function. Okay, so first procedure for find salary of an particular employee by taking an parameter as employee number. Okay, and coming to the second procedure, PRO1, this is also used to display the employee details by taking a parameter as a number. Okay, and coming to function, so function also returns the employee's name whose number is passed as a parameter. Okay, so and pkg1. Okay, this is the procedure how we are this is how we are creating package specification. Okay, just you provide the declarations only, not the code. Okay, that's why it's like a package specification is just like an interface. Okay, coming to the package body. Package body contains the code that implements the package specification. That means it fully defines cursors, procedures, functions and declared in the package specification. Okay, and the declarative part of the package body can contain subprogram bodies also. Okay, just see this syntax: create or replace package body package, create or replace package body package name is or as, procedure definition, function definition, okay, private variable declaration, private type definitions, cursor definitions, okay, and all definitions. Definition means you can though you can write those executable statements inside the begin block. If there are exceptions, you can write in the exception block. Okay, of course here no exception block. So begin, executable statements and package name. Okay, so this is how we are creating the package body and providing the definitions for the declarations of PLSQL objects in the package specification. So coming to the example, so create or replace package body. What is our package name? pkg1 is procedure find underscore sal. Okay, now I want to write a code for the procedure. Okay, here the accepting a percentage type variable. I create one argument a underscore employee number as employee number percentage type. Okay, and is I want to another local variable e underscore sal that represents salary column in the employee table. Okay, begin, select sal into e underscore sal from emp where employee number equal to e underscore employee number. Okay, so whatever employee number you passed as an argument, that employee number's salary to be copied into the program variable e underscore sal. Just want to print out thus employee number and salary. Okay, by using this procedure. Coming to the procedure PRO1. Okay, in PRO1, I want to pass two parameters. One is in parameter and next one is out parameter. One is e number and the temp. It's a percentage a record type of variable of for employee record. Okay, is begin select star into temp temp from emp where employee number equal to e number. Just see this. Okay, and next function and it accepts a parameter e number and it returns varchar 2. Okay, is name varchar 2 of 20 begin select e name into name from emp where emp number equal to e number. So whatever e number parameter passed as a function, that employee's name to be returned to the program variable e name. Okay, program variable name and return name. Okay. Okay. So the name variable is written to the calling program. Okay, this next end. This is program package body end. Okay. Coming to the referencing package contents or executing package. Okay. So what is the syntax? Package name dot element name. Package name dot element name. Okay, actually packages can be accessed from PLSQL programs wherever you requires. Okay, in all different types of applications you can use packages wherever you want, however you want to access the package element. In applications you can write like this, package name dot element name. Okay, now see the program to access the package pkg1. Okay, so declare, I just in declare section I declared 4 variables. One is code of type percentage type, employee number the employee table equal to ampersand employee number. I want to read this employee number at runtime. Okay, so next e number, yes, 2 times I want to read employee number separately. And coming to information, so one is percentage type variable and next one is a normal variable here, and declared one info variable of type employee row type for employee table, and coming to the name varchar 2 of 20. 4 variables have declared here. Okay, so just begin. Okay, just I called out those procedures as functions which are declared and specified in the package pkg1 in the begin section. Okay, pkg1 dot find underscore stall code. Okay, pkg1 dot row 1 e number comma information. Okay, and the DBMS underscore output underscore line the procedure results. I want to display the results in the main program. Okay, so info dot in info is the percentage type record type variable. That's why it keeps all the column values of one record. That's why info dot emp number, info dot e name, info dot department number, info dot salary. Okay, now DBMS underscore output underscore line function result name pkg1 dot function 1 of e number. Okay, so by taking the employee number, it gives out a name, it returns a name. That's why we used to write like this, DBMS underscore output underscore line name. I want to display the name of the employee here. This is how we are writing the package accessing program. Just see this example. This is see this result. Okay, package. This is package declaration program, the package specification program. This is package body program. This is package accessing program. Okay, so 3 programs I explain now. Okay, first of all I have to compile the package declaration program. It shows package created. Okay, if you execute these package programs, sometimes it shows package created with compilation errors. Okay, then to know the errors in that package, just use the command show errors at the SQL prompt. Show space ERRORS semicolon. Put enter. Press enter. Okay. Show error command. Show error. If you use show errors command, it shows uh, the errors which are occurred in the package statements, package programs. Okay. And coming to package body, just I compiled the package body program. This is also displays package body created. Okay. Now the package accessing program. Now I want to accept employee number at runtime. Just I entered 7782. Okay. This I want to enter number another time. Okay, for number variable 7555. Okay, this is for first employee number for find underscore sal method, find underscore sal method, and the second for procedure and function. Second value is used as an argument for procedure 1 function 1. Okay, just see this result. The salary of employee 7782 is 2450. The procedure result is like that. This is the function result. Okay, 7555 is the employee which with name Sairam. Okay, PLSQL procedure successfully completed. Coming to the advantages. Okay, so what the first advantage is modularity. Okay, why? Because it encapsulate all the logically related types into a named PLSQL module. It's very important advantage. Okay, why? Because the related types, objects, procedures, functions, associative procedures are variables together in a named PLSQL module, single module. Okay, each package is very easy to understand. Okay, simple, clear and well defined, and easier application designs. Okay, so actually when what is the first point when designing an application is all you need initially is the interface information, not the coding. Okay, first of all you have to design the application. So what functions you required, what procedures you required, what cursors you required. Okay, just you need the interface. That means just you need the structure, not the code first. Okay, so you need not to define the package bodies and fully until you are ready to complete the application. It's very important advantage. And coming to the information hiding, so with packages also, as in the Java, with packages also in PLSQL, you can hide those types, items and subprograms which are declared and specified in the package. And added functionality. Okay, so packaged public variables cursors persist for the duration for the session. Persist means permanent for that duration for this session, and yields better performance. Okay, so why? Because the entire package is loaded into the memory when the subprogram within the package is called for the first time. It saves IO costs and also disk space also. Okay, IO time, input output time, and also disk space. And coming to the dropping package, if you don't want, you can drop the package by using the statement drop package. Okay, okay, this statement drops the body and the specification of package. Okay, so drop package, package name, this is the syntax. This is how we are dropping a package. Okay, this is all about how we are creating what is package, how we are specify the package specification, and next define the package body. Next how we are accessing those contents into an application. Okay, and next concept is exception handling. Okay, coming to the exception handling. Already this concept also we have learned very clearly in Java students. Okay, there are two types of error. Is a common condition occurred while compiling or executing the program. There are two types of errors. One is runtime error and next one is compile time error. Okay, actually compile time errors are identified at compile time. We can rectify it and recompile the program. There is no problem at all. Okay, the problem is with runtime errors. Okay, so those runtime errors cannot identify during the compile time. It produces errors at the runtime. Okay, with the runtime errors, it aborts the program intermediately, or it displays the wrong results, or it causes system crashes also. Okay, we have to, there is a necessary situation to handle the runtime errors in our program. Okay, if any runtime error occurs in the program, the remaining code also not executed. Okay, intermediately it terminates from the program, intermediately abrupt termination from the program. Okay, that's why you have to handle the runtime errors. Okay, so what is exception? Exception is an error condition during a program execution or runtime. Okay, so runtime errors or exceptions arise from design faults, coding mistakes, hardware failures, and so many other resources which causes the runtime errors. Okay, so you when an exception, when an what happens when an error occurs usually? Okay, when an error occurs in a program, automatically an exception is raised. Okay, so the normal execution stops and the controller stops to the transfers to the exception handling part of the PLSQL. Okay, just recollect the structure of the PLSQL program. Okay, how many sections we have in that? First of all, declare section, begin section, next exception section. Okay, to handle the runtime exceptions, the statements are to be written inside the exception block. Okay, so in Oracle, when an error occurs, an exception is raised and the normal execution stops, and also the controller transfers to the exception handling part of PLSQL. Okay, and one more important point you must remember in this exception handling in PLSQL, or actually in Oracle, when an error occurs, it generates numbers. But in PLSQL, exceptions are identified by their names. That means identifiers. Okay, for every exception, there is a name. Okay, in Java program, to handle the exception, we use try catch blocks. Okay, in PLSQL we are using exception section to handle the exceptions which are raised during runtime or execution. Okay, coming to the advantages. So exception handling improves readability. One need not to worry about the checking for an error at every point it might occur. Okay, if a PLSQL block contains an exception handler, if an exception is ever raised in that block, the exception handler will handle the exception. This is the first advantage. Okay, and also without exception handling, every command is issued, a check must be made for execution errors. Okay, but with exception handling, errors are handled conveniently without the need to code multiple checks. It's very important advantage. So coming to the types of exceptions, there are two types of exceptions. One is predefined exception and next one is user defined exception. Okay, so let's discuss what are the predefined exceptions. PLSQL automatically provide many predefined exceptions which are executed when any database rule is violated by the program. Okay, So predefined exceptions are internally defined by the runtime systems. Okay. So predefined exceptions are raised implicitly whenever it violates the some rules. Okay. And every Oracle error has a number, but exceptions must be handled by the name. Okay. The first common runtime error, well-known common runtime error we know is trying to divide a number by 0. Okay, then the PLSQL raises an exception identifier called 0 divide error. Okay, if you want to trying to retrieve records from the table but no records found, then it retrieves an exception called no data found exception. Okay, just see this table, every exception is identified by a name, not with a name. Okay, in Oracle SQL only it generates a number for every error, but in PLSQL for every exception it raised an exception name, exception identifier. Okay, just see this. So there are so many exceptions are there. Okay, first coming to the duplicate value on index. Okay, it is raised when a duplicate values are attempt to be stored in the column with unique index. That means, okay, when you are trying to insert repeated values in the primary key column or unique constraint columns, then it raises an exception with name duplicate val on index. Coming to the invalid number. If you are trying to convert a string character into a character string into number, okay, just it raises an exception name invalid number and login denied. It is raised when a program attempts to log on to the database with an invalid username or password. Okay, you are trying to log on to the database with the wrong username and wrong password, then it raises an exception called a login denied. And no data found, it is raised when select into statement returns no rows. And not logged on exception, it is raised when a database call is issued without being connected to the database. So without being connected to the database, you are trying to perform operations. Then it raises an exception not logged on. Okay, and now coming to too many rows. Okay, so it is raised when the select statement returns more rows. Already we know that the implicit cursor only handles when a select statement returns only one row. It does not handle the multiple rows. Okay, for that purpose only we used to create explicit cursors. Okay, so that's why when a select statement returns more rows, then it raises an exception too many rows. And coming to when you are trying to divide a number by 0, it raises an exception called 0 divide. Okay. Okay. So just see this syntax of defining exception handler. One exception exception identifier, then actions. Okay, this statement to be written inside the exception block, where actions are maybe one or more PLSQL or SQL statements, each terminated by the semicolons. Okay, just see this example. Okay, just simple example. Declare a number begin and equal to 10 by 0. That means here we are trying to divide a number 10 by 0. Okay, then I need to write one exception. So without writing an exception, it abnormally terminates the program and stops other statements executions also. Okay, so to handle the exception, I need to write an exception block when 0 divide. So what is the here the exception identifier 0 divide. So 0 underscore divide. Then okay, so what will you do? I want to print out one statement 0 divide error. Okay, so and so when you handle the exceptions, when runtime error occurs, automatically the controller transfers to the exception block. Okay, and if there is a corresponding uh, handling statement is there, then it executes the error handling statements, exception handling statements. Okay, okay, just when you execute this program, it displays like that zero divide error. Okay, PLSQL program successfully completed. Okay, so what the concept behind this? Okay, even the runtime errors are occurs, the program executed successfully. If you want to execute the program successfully, you need to handle those runtime errors in the exception block. Okay. Okay. Coming to the user-defined exceptions. User-defined exceptions allows you to define your own exceptions according to the need of your program. Okay. Along with predefined exceptions, based on your own conditions, you can also define your own exceptions. Okay. For that, you need to follow some of the steps. One is declaring an execution and raising an exception and handling an exception. Okay. First, coming to the declaring an exception. Actually, for predefined exception, there is no declaration, there is no rising. Only handling statements are to be written inside the exception block. But when you want to define your own exceptions, you need to declare your own exception, you need to raise an exception, you need to handle an exception. There are 3 steps you have to do here. Okay, first declaring the exception. That means explicitly declared in the declare section. Raising an exception. Okay, so that should be explicitly raised in the, not in the executable section, in the begin section. Okay, it's a typing mistake. Okay, sorry for that. And coming to handling an exception, those handling statements are to be referred by the user defined exception name in the exception section. Just see this first. Declaring an exception. So what is the syntax? Exception name. Okay, this is exception name is your exception name, your own name for that exception. That's why you have to write the exception name. After that, you have to write the exception keyword. Okay, this is how we are defining explicitly, declaring explicitly in the declare section. Okay, coming to the rising exception. Rising exception should be defined inside the begin block. Okay, so if condition, then rise. Here the exception name is the your own exception identifier name. Okay, and end if. Coming to the handling exception. So to handle the exception, those statements are to be written at executable section in the exception section, not in the executable section, in the exception section. So begin executable statements, exception, when exception identifier, it is the name of your own exception. Okay, then statements. Just see this program, then you can understand very well. Okay, so declare. Here I declared 3 variables of percentage type, and I want to read employee number value at runtime. Okay, so just see this sentence. I want to declare my exception name with the invalid underscore number exception. Okay, this is our own exception name, and in begin section, if you enter the employee number less than or equal to 0, then rise invalid number exception. So rise invalid number. What is our exception name? Invalid underscore number. You have to write like this. Okay. So if this condition occurs, if this condition is true, then it rises the exception invalid number. Then controller, if the exception invalid number exception raised, automatically the controller goes to the exception section. Okay. Else, just you print out the here not employee, here EMP only. It's a typing mistake. Okay. So just you print out the name of the employee here only. Okay. So and if you see this exception block, when invalid number, then this is exception handling statements. Okay, what will you do? When an invalid number exception rises, the controller goes to the exception block, and the controller comes to this statement and execute this statement. Number must be greater than 0. Employee number must be greater than 0. Okay, and you are trying to retrieve the data from the employee table. Okay, that means there is a chance of occurring no data found exception. That's why I wrote here the predefined exception when no data found then. Okay, for this exception, there is no need to declare exception and no need to raise the exception. Okay, for your own exceptions only, you need to declare and you need to raise the exception. Okay, this DBMS underscore put underscore line, no such employee. If any, if no records found in employee table. Okay, with that corresponding employee number. Just see this in syntax. The first run, just I enter value for employee number. I entered 0. Okay, that's why it rises an exception, invalid underscore number. Then the cursor automatically comes to this statement when invalid number. Then so no number must be greater than 0. Just what it prints, number must be greater than 0. Okay, this is the first run. In second run, I am giving the value. I have given a value 9999 as employee number, but no such employee exists in the employee table with that number. So that's why it rises no data found error. Okay, it prints no such employee. Just see this. Okay. Okay, students, for this video, I followed a reference book, Fundamentals of Relational Database Management Systems, Sri Sumati and Sri Isaki Rajan. Yes. Okay. Students, if you just follow thoroughly, and first of all, to learn this program, first of all, you have to learn the all syntaxes. Okay, if you learn syntaxes, then you can easily whatever programs you want to develop in PLSQL. Okay, follow the video carefully and note down each and every point in your book with syntaxes and examples and practice yourself. Okay, thank you.